Hello and welcome to All I Do Is Fail. I am your host, Tom Elwes. I am not joined by Ali Woods today, or even Phoebe. I'm flying solo today, but fortunately...
You're not.
No, I was about to go on to it.
Fuck it. I'm sorry, go again.
I am flying solo in terms of people
ungrateful.
People that you normally hear on this podcast, but I am fortunate to be joined by the one, the only, Miss Tatty Macleod.
Woo! Thank you very much. Finally got my name in there. Bloody hell. It's always the same with you two.
What?
Well, Ali was the same. It was like a text message the day before. This real feeling of like, I asked 15 people. Everyone said no. Who do we know who's going to be free on an afternoon?
I would just like to say you were the only person I asked this week.
I don't believe you for 1 second.
Look at other guests we've had on this podcast in the last year. It's you and Kate Barron, and that's it.
Do you know what would have been? Why didn't you get your mum on as a guest?
Why would I get my mum on as a guest on this podcast?
I think that'd be hilarious.
No one wants to do a podcast. It's not me and my mum don't have a sort of Jack Whitehall and his dad's relationship. Me and my mum's relationship is very much like you're sort of disappointing me. It's cold. It's a very cold.
It's a classic parent relationship. What about your girlfriend? Why didn't you get your girlfriend on here?
She wouldn't ever do that.
Was she not?
Not her vibe. No. Not one.
You're stuck with me.
No, I'm not stuck. I'm honoured to be joined by you. That's it.
Well, thanks for having me.
How have you been? All good?
All right.
Yeah?
It's raining.
It is.
And I cycled.
Okay.
So it's currently my feet are sort of drowning in rainwater.
Trench foot vibes going on.
Vibes, yeah. I've also got, I don't know, obviously the listeners can't see it, but I have a coat which is basically the closest you can get to Heathcliff. Okay. In like a human form.
I liked it.
I like it too.
You know what? It's very fashion of our late Queen. That's what I would say.
You look like a dead woman.
No, I mean, not her now, but her, sort of style yesteryear. Heathcliff, as you say, come on.
Yesteryear. Yeah. I can't believe you slipped that into the podcast. Yesteryear.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, it's definitely, it was my mum's. I'm trying to bring it back. It's vintage.
Thank you.
It's a riding jacket. It's a full-length riding jacket. Okay. It's a statement.
I should say, ladies and gentlemen, yes, we will quickly play Worst Week.
No one listens to this, do they?
No, I mean...
Exactly.
Whatever.
Yeah,
it's all right.
Yeah, I went on a date last night. I walked in that.
Okay. And he was not... Was he expecting less of a royal vibe? Less of a...
It just hates so much. And I also, again, you won't be able to hear this, but I have this ring now that's like the British flag on my finger. I'm just giving off like low-key big nationalist.
Yeah.
Actually, not low-key, just big nationalist.
Yeah.
So I rocked up in this massive Heathcliff coat. He was looking completely normal. I was looking fucking balmy. But no, the date was not. He was a nice enough guy, but there was no chemistry.
Zero vibes.
Well, I say that, but then he did text me afterwards asking me
if you wanted to go out again.
Yeah, which when that happens, you just think.
Same day. Ooh.
Oh, babe, like half an hour later.
No, weird. That's weird. Come on.
Also because the way we left it, I really felt like we were both in a headspace. I had to go to a gig, and he was like, "Oh, are you which way are you going to?" I said, "I'm going this way." He said, "All right, I'm going to go this way." And he was like, "Well, good luck with your gig." I said, "Thank you very much. It was really lovely meeting you." And he said, "Yeah, have a great night." For me, that energy is really quite we haven't got chemistry energy.
What, for him to say, have a good night? What is that?
He didn't try and have sex with me.
What a dickhead.
I'm just saying, you need to give the right signals. Please don't give those signals. Please don't give those signals.
To defend him a little bit.
Yeah, please do.
You told him that you were going to a gig.
Yeah.
Okay. So ultimately he knew it was always going to be cut short.
Yes.
So I think he was being polite, no? Just being like, well, thank you.
He definitely was, but so absolutely now I realise that was
you wanted more force from him.
No. It was just that I was like, oh, okay, great. Like, actually, that was a really nice time. He's obviously a lovely guy, but there's no chemistry, which was the vibe that I got.
Yes.
And so then when half an hour later, after that goodbye, which I felt was like really platonic, when he texted me saying, I'd love to do that again, I was like, oh, that wasn't the energy I got.
How long did the whole date last? Was it
an hour and a half, 2 hours?
Oh, okay, fine. Right. It wasn't like it was one. Okay, so well, it's no vibes. You can't force them. There's not, on to the next.
I I extrapolated myself well from it. I think I was quite nice. I was like, it was lovely. You're very good looking.
Okay.
But I just didn't think we had that kind of chemistry. It ended quite nicely, which is nice. You know, when like you don't want to see someone again, but as much as possible, you want to kind of
be civil.
Yeah, be civil.
Unfortunately, with some men, you will text them, "I don't want to see you again," and they'll be not happy about that, and they might even, we've read out some text messages on this podcast from men who have been rejected and then had said, "No, I'm rejecting you. Actually, you're in the wrong." That kind of vibe.
Are you talking about yourself
every time?
Is that what your girlfriend won't call the podcast? She's like, "Stop calling me your girlfriend."
I don't even know you.
Stalking, funny topic.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that was my week. How was your week?
My week's been okay. So for my worst week, I would like to say that I did a gig last night, did a corporate.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm like, oh, corporate.
Good money.
Pretty good for a corporate, not amazing.
Okay. But,
Fine.
Corporate's exciting for the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Started at 6 p.m, always a bit dangerous because you think they're not even going to be that drunk yet.
True.
It's a weird time to have a gig.
Was it in their venue?
Yes, they had hired a venue.
Okay.
It was a big
comedy venue.
No.
Okay.
It was all round tables. They're having dinner and drinks, and it's like they're okay.
Whoa. Okay, like a conference center.
Kind of, like a big room conference center, and they're all out there and they're having a big fancy dinner, right?
Okay.
I didn't know that. I thought there was a miscommunication, and I thought it was for a charity. I thought it was all the people who work for a charity. So I've come. T-shirt, jeans, these are people who work for a charity. These are fun, liberal, fun people.
Yeah.
Who want to do good for the world.
Yeah.
No.
No.
It's for finance and insurance brokers.
Whoa, okay.
And their company donate to that charity.
Ah, very different. Very different atmosphere.
Completely different vibe.
Yeah,
I mean,
different.
worlds apart vibe.
Uh-huh.
And very underdressed. I mean,
you were.
They're all in black tie.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, that's the visual I've got. If they're sat down having dinner, they're probably in a black tie.
Yeah.
Did the other comedians get the memo with you?
No.
So everyone was looking scruffy?
Yeah, which actually kind of made it okay. Because there's a
Yeah.
differentiation between.
The truth is, I feel like comedians often look scruffy or are considered scruffy. You can get away with it. There's something quite sort of like unvain and quite sort of like, I just wake up in my own sweat and life, and I go on stage. That I think you can just about get away with it.
Is that how you think of all comedians? Just
male.
All male.
That's what I think of all male comedians.
Thank you. Okay, we just wake up dirty and sweaty.
It's
Do we give off an unclean vibe?
This is getting into dangerous territory.
I think there's a big spectrum of male comedian, and yes, I'll admit there are the people who wash less than others, but also
I'm not saying you're not hygienic. I'm just saying that it's quite a casual look. Like actually I would say that like the once upon a time it was definitely the comedians would walk around in like, you'd put on a suit. And now if you see a comedian in a suit, you're like, he is not funny.
Yeah.
No, you're
yeah. No. Yeah. If someone rocks up to a regular club gig in a full suit, you're like, what?
You're like, whoa, someone called the 90s.
Yeah.
Wait.
You have to say you're going to a wedding or something.
You have to have a reason. You have to be like, I came straight from my office job and, I'm taking off my tie. There's or you're a character act.
Okay.
Zach Zucker does it in a suit, doesn't he?
Yes.
To play a kind of old-fashioned misogynistic
cat comedian, yeah.
Exactly. So that's what I mean. Whereas now it's much more like I'm dressed quite cash. But I like to dress up when I'm doing like a club gig.
Well, I think I'm always very I own so many T-shirts that are just like black or dark blue with like a very small logo there. Just like.
Do you mean like Los Angeles? Like.
Well, not that. I won't even wear this. I probably wouldn't even wear this on stage.
Why?
Because just too much. No, too much. This is too much. You can't.
That is too much.
Okay, but I would like to say, like, honestly, if you go on stage, like, you just what you don't want to happen. I once went on stage and I just had a little picture of a pineapple. I literally walked on stage. Guy was just like, "Nice pineapple, mate," and I was just like,
that?
just one of the crowds, just like little heckle, and I was just like, I never want that to happen again. So now I'm paranoid. Now I just go plain as plain can be. Comedians are the ultimate normcore dressers. Male comedians, just plain.
There are some comedians who have a bit of personality in their dress sense.
Like who?
Paul.
Actually, Tom Ward always dresses pretty cool as well.
Tom Ward, yeah, great style. Rich Hardesty, but he's just got a natural good dress sense.
Yeah.
Paul Taylor.
Yeah, I
Taylor?
can't pull it off though. I think it's too much.
No, fair enough. I think it suits you, and
Yeah.
you know, look, you and Ali, you do, you know,
It's norm. It's norm. You know.
But I love, but I totally get that, and I also think it's like that's how you dress outside. So like, don't overdo it. But what I think is really funny is that your justification for wearing what you wear on stage is because one time I went up there with a tiny pineapple on my t-shirt, and someone said "nice pineapple," and it threw my entire gig.
And it did. It did, and it stuck with me from about 4 years ago, and that's it. I'm a very fickle man. Okay, one thing can really throw me. It's not good for the OCD. So it's
That is
just
so funny. That's so funny that I go on stage and like. To be fair, I would say the uniform of female comedians is some kind of animal print.
Yeah.
Leopard somewhere and a jumpsuit. Like those are the kind
Oh,
of...
the jumpsuit is huge.
We
That is
definitely
big.
have a thing. It's like a jumpsuit, leopard and jumpsuit. You're on fire.
Yeah.
You are a classic female.
Is there anything that you wouldn't wear as a female comedian on stage?
Oh, well, yeah, loads of stuff. What do you mean?
Well, like, what was an absolutely no go? Would you say I'm not wearing that? That'd be a nightmare. If you wore would it be like if you wore like a ball gown or something, or like
Well, I think I wouldn't want to wear a skirt that was. I wouldn't want to wear anything that I thought I wasn't able to move and feel comfortable in.
Okay.
Especially, it depends how high the stage is. Let's be honest, right?
Didn't think of that.
We're talking about a really high stage. Imagine you're in a skirt. It's summer. Maybe you've got knickers on. Maybe not.
Yeah.
And you've got people underneath you.
Yeah.
Straight up the fanny.
Okay.
You know, that's not. It's not that. It's not what they've paid for, but it's not what they've paid for.
Fair enough.
There is a price for that, and it's not included in your fucking ticket.
No, it's definitely not. Not the fees of the places we're playing.
So I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing a skirt that was too short. Not that I care about wearing a short skirt, but I just want to wear cycling shorts underneath. And I don't perform in heels, personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think heels. That's another thing I never get because being uncomfortable.
People do though. People do. You know, you can walk well in heels, but I quite like wearing trainers.
Yeah. Oh God, I couldn't imagine anything worse than being uncomfortable. Just that's the thought of like you've got so many things going through your head, but then if you're uncomfortable as well, that would be so stressful.
Oh my God, every day.
Yeah. It's my life.
Anyway, sorry. So you were doing your corporate
Yeah,
gig.
did a corporate gig. Get there. No stage. No thanks.
I'm sorry, what?
No stage. Yeah. Just an allocated area of the room.
Oh my God, this just reminds me of a gig that I did. Continue.
Mm-hmm.
And so how many people are there?
What, 100?
Can everyone see you?
No.
No.
So tables on the side, definitely can't. Definitely zero view going on there. Wireless mic as well. That's always good. Cutting in and out.
Cutting in and out
Yeah.
because you weren't close enough to the sound desk.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah,
It's a
classic.
classic.
It's a classic.
And you
thing.
turn up there and the DJ's just like, yeah, don't worry, that mic is fail safe.
Yeah, I mean, DJ, I wish. It was someone from the charity. The MC was brought on to a 10-minute speech about basically
change.
dying children,
Great.
which is always bring up the vibe.
Yeah. Cholera to comedy, am I right?
So yeah, a lot real talk about dying children. And then the only thing that was on stage, well, the area, the corner, was just a big picture of presumably a very sick baby. So that was...
Fucking hell. Oh, can I tell you about a
Yeah,
gig I
please.
did? I wouldn't call this a corporate, it was a private gig.
Okay.
And they won't listen to this, but if they do, hi guys, really enjoyed it, have me back.
Okay.
But I did this, this was a birthday party
Mm-hmm.
for like a father and daughter. And when they initially got in touch with me, they said, we're big fans of yours. We're doing a birthday party. We'd love to have you come and perform.
Great.
It's going to be in a restaurant in central London.
Cool.
And I just thought, oh, God, okay, right.
And then they
right.
told you the money and you were like, fine.
No. But more first level, I was just like, do you have a private room?
Okay.
Like, do you understand that I'm not just going to stand in the corner of a restaurant
Yeah, fair.
and like do a bit to your table? Like, do you at least have a private room? You know, you got to check these things. And they came back and they replied, we're renting the entire restaurant.
Good start.
So I was like, the budget is there.
Yeah.
I was like, we're laughing. Very good. So it was decided, and it was funny because then it went through my agent, and it was decided that I would perform between their main course and their desserts. I would come and I would do like a 15-minute set.
That's good. That's good time. Yeah, that's good pace.
Maybe it was half an hour between their main course and dessert. It was at like a Michelin-starred restaurant in Soho. We're talking like high-end.
Yeah.
And I remember it was funny because my agent was like, they're saying that they're probably going to want you on stage like 10:30. Like that's around the time that they would have finished their main course. She was like, but I'm a bit worried about you performing at that time. It seems quite late and I'm worried they'll be too drunk. And I had to be like, Tomorrow, they're French.
Yeah.
They are going to be sober.
So
Don't you worry.
Oh, this is French. This is French.
Yeah, French, of course. Of
Right,
course,
yeah, yeah.
of course. Anyway, I turn up at 10 o'clock,
Do they want the gig in French or are they not? No, in English.
bilingual.
Bilingual. Okay.
So I turn up at 10 o'clock. They haven't even sat down to eat yet. They haven't even started the starter.
Right.
I unfortunately had eaten when I arrived because they offered me all of the food.
Damn
I
it.
couldn't sit upstairs with everyone, and I didn't want to because I have never underdressed so much for a gig.
Right.
Like, let me tell you, I still looked, and I had made an effort. So I
Yeah.
turned up in my kind of classic, which is like a fresh pair of like funky trainers.
Mm-hmm.
I was wearing a sparkly pair of blue socks. I think I had some like leopard print trousers on and a
Classic.
neon green shirt. Like,
Okay.
I had dressed up.
Yeah.
Babe, the fucking head of marketing for Chanel was there.
Okay.
I mean, they were French. They couldn't be more French. They
Right.
were divine. I have never performed in front of such a rich, beautiful audience.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That's
Like,
amazing.
Oh my God. They put me downstairs in a hovel room whilst they ate their food.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was sat next to her birthday presents. It was like Dior handbag, Hermes on the side. I mean, it was just
dream.
minted. And I sat down and I had like, and like the food they were offering was like this kind of like smoked salmon and beef Wellington. Amazing.
Yep.
Anyway, I didn't have going up onto stage until midnight.
Wow.
Same thing, no stage, just in the middle of a restaurant. They were, of course,
Mike.
but
Okay.
cutting in and out. And of course, they were, they weren't drunk at all because they're French.
Yeah.
So I've never felt so much like I would like so low status in a room.
Okay.
Because not only were they beautiful and incredibly rich,
Yeah.
but also my mic kept cutting out. I was
And
just.
you're underdressed.
You know how like normally I'd go to a comedy club and I'd be like, oh, she's made an effort. Here I felt like a scruff.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
felt like someone dragged off the street. It was just anyway. So that
It was okay gig in the end.
they were very happy with me.
Good.
And they sent a tip, so it was good.
That's good.
But yeah, you live and you learn.
Well, the listeners to this podcast will know my ongoing saga with Nigel. So, about 3 weeks.
Who's Nigel?
So 3 weeks ago, I got an email on a Sunday night that said, "Would you do a private gig?"
Okay.
And I said, "Yes."
Oh, God.
What kind of gig is it?
Uh-huh.
Can I have some information? He said, "We're a group of nudists." Yeah. and we're looking for a comedian who's willing to perform in this birthday suit, right? So I was like, well, this is. So we went down the line, and the listeners know this. And I went back and forth with him a bit, and then he said the money, and I was like, I'd actually do that for that money. And then we went down. He told me it was his birthday, and they were a registered group of nudists and everything. And then where we left it 2 weeks ago was after I thought we'd all agreed terms and everything. He just sent me an email out of the blue that just said, "What's your body like?" And I was like, "God damn it, Nigel! Why would you rope me in with your fucking stories of your birthday, your 50th?"
Tom.
Yeah.
As a woman.
Yeah.
Who has lived 33 years and worked in comedy.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that man's a perv.
No, 100% he's a
Okay,
perv. No,
good,
that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. He let me down with that email. It was all good.
It all felt quite professional.
Oh, yeah.
And
Registered group of nudists. I even went to the extent of shout out friend of the show, Max Vosh, who had done some videos with nudists and been there. I contacted him and he gave me loads of information. He said they're pretty cool people. It's like being naked. So, yeah, he unfortunately let me down. And, I haven't replied to what's my body like. We left it there.
No, because that's leading to him.
Exactly.
Saying,
Send me a
photo.
picture of that. And then even if I did do that, that would be the last I'd hear from him.
Have you ever sent anyone any nudes?
In my life?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like girlfriends and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girlfriend, of course.
Do you worry about where they're going to end up on the internet?
I don't think I'd ever put my face in it. I don't think I would put a face in it.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, well, if you've got your face, like, that's whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
if someone's
yeah.
just like, I don't really care. I know this sounds really weird, but, like, I'm just like, well, if you see my just junk, like, great. Like, good for you. I don't care. Like,
Yeah. I think, I know what you mean. I think it's more the act of someone revealing it than it is so much about actually it being out there. Have you thought about doing an OnlyFans?
No, because I don't think I would have the mother of my child would stick around for more than 1 minute. And I just wouldn't do it. It'd just be weird.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, like, I would send it to a partner or someone I've been dating, like, but I would never, not for sale. I wouldn't sell pictures of my penis. That's not.
I mean,
would you ever do an OnlyFans?
I'm thinking about it.
Oh, really?
I'm thinking about it.
You could potentially make some. What kind of style would you do? A sort of arty OnlyFans though?
Slightly, yes.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
have to.
okay. That's it.
I'd have to, and
That's your angle. I like it.
well, it'd have to be a bit French.
Yeah.
A lot of me in my underwear smoking cigarettes.
Yes.
And maybe being bossy.
Yeah. Black and white. A lot of black and white. Honestly, there's a market, and I think you'd kill it. That is very good niche there.
And I think the way you can undercut it as a woman and also who's feminist. I mean, feminism covers everything these days.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's definitely like, you know, sex work is work.
Yeah.
I feel like the way I would probably, you know, you gotta keep a nice bush.
Oh, wow. Okay. It's not what I thought you were going to say, but.
What did you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to come up with a bit of a justification for it or something.
No.
But no, just bush, just solid amount of bush, mate.
But the justification for it, I mean, it's a woman's choice. Sex work is work. I feel like that's a justification. The other, you know, but there's so many different ways in which you can be pro and against it. You know, you can also say, oh, like, women shouldn't be continuing this thing of like the patriarchy where they sexually objectify themselves to like advance their careers. But also like I'd love to move out of shared accommodation.
And you could make a lot of money. So.
But I don't know if you would like. That's the thing. You've got to make it worthwhile.
Well, I think you need a base. You need a core, and you've already got a good core following. Please go and follow Tatty if you don't already. She's very, very funny.
Thank you.
I will
Yeah,
post
but
a link in
women.
this episode. But no, you don't be surprised. You probably
No, I'm not surprised. I know my numbers.
Oh, really? Is it?
My following is 86% female, 10% gay men.
You got 14% to work with. Okay, so.
No, that 40% is 10% gay men, and there's 4% of men.
I would like to say you don't know how many of those women are gay. So
That's
there's
very
a market.
true. That's very true.
There's your market right
That's
there.
very true. Oh, it's
And I think the big bush and everything that's going to work in your favour. You're going to smash it. It's a good market. You got to work your hustle.
because I tell you for why. You know that there's a woman, I was looking into it, there's a woman on OnlyFans who makes $2.7 million a month.
Yeah.
And I was just like, give me the 1%.
Exactly. 2.7 million. That's crazy. What does she do? She must do some mad.
Oh, she must do like full on porn.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, even if you make 1% of that,
Yeah.
like, how much would you have to make? If someone said to you, right, you only have to post pictures of you naked, but like tidying up or working out or something. How much money would you have to make? Because we know, based on your interaction with Nigel, that you were willing to do nudity for money. So
but there's a very big difference between putting it out on the internet for everyone to see and spending time on a nudist colony. I think there's different. There's different. You know, there's a difference because no one will ever see that. There'll be no photo evidence of it. I don't know if you were making like 15 grand a month or something. I'd probably do it. You'd be
that's too much.
Too much.
That's too much. No offense, Tom, but I think check yourself.
I know, but like you got to think like it's probably only a temporary. You're only going to be, you're only going to be desirable for so long, and like it's all going to be a very temporary
Nonsense.
thing. So you
That's the great thing about OnlyFans is that there are a lot of creators of all different ages, all different body types. Like it's actually quite a democratic space. Like Sarah Jane Dunn is one of the most popular people on OnlyFans. She used to be on Hollyoaks.
Yeah.
I think she's like in her mid-40s.
I think, okay, this is just a theory.
Yeah.
I reckon there's much more a desire because, like, MILF is the second most popular porn category.
So bizarre.
Yeah. So that is number 2. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is generally women like 40 plus.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think there's much more of a market for older women than there are older men in the porn world.
Oh, do you mean for yourself?
Well, I just think in general, like, say if you were to do it, and like you've got a career that could go on for the next 20 years. I think I've got a career 5 years at best, you know?
Yeah. And also, I just think it'll be harder for you to make money.
Well, yeah, I mean, realistically,
I think a lot more men use OnlyFans than women.
it's gay men. That's going to be a big
Oh,
portion.
yeah, of course. I
Yeah.
forgot about them.
Yeah,
I was just
yeah.
thinking about women.
No, gay men is going to be, if I did OnlyFans, it's going to be a big, that's going to be the
The
bulk.
backbone.
Yeah,
The backbone.
and then you're going to get a few, but majority.
Yeah.
I would like to see OnlyFans' stats, I imagine, slim on women.
Well, they emailed me directly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they said.
Well, they're trying to go legit, aren't they? They did a comedy
Yes,
competition.
that's it. They actually wanted me to do it to be like, oh, you can just do like extra content and stuff, you know, behind a paywall, a bit like a Patreon, I suppose, but on OnlyFans. Anyway, sorry, that was an aside.
Anyway, so in terms of worst week, I don't know, you bad date, bad gig.
No, my bad date wasn't bad. I think your bad gig could.
I win. Okay, I'll take it.
Win.
Thank you very much.
What do you win?
Just, I don't know, pat on the back. Normally Phoebe wins. She's won the last 4 weeks in a row. Yeah, a little bit of a tap. Thank you.
There we go.
Worst week to me. Okay, let's move on to our next section. It is Agony Uncle. Okay, so for our first Agony Uncle, we had a voice note sent in. We had a voice note sent in, and I'm going to play it to you now. Here we go.
Well, I am polyamorous and a single parent, so I only have limited time anyway, and I have multiple lovers who I want to give equal amounts of time to, and there are also always new people that I want to meet and spend time with as well, so it's always a balancing act of who gets my free weekend and who gets my Tuesday evening and who gets my Thursday evening, and balancing diaries and logistics. You know, one person might not be free in your free weekend. You're like, oh shit, that means I can't see you for a month. And it's, yeah.
That was accompanied by a message that said, I've got multiple lovers and I don't know how to juggle them all. So that's what we're dealing with. How can we help this lady out?
Give me some.
Okay.
Just fucking pass it around. No, I'm joking. Obviously, that's not the point of polyamory. Well, I feel like you've made a rod for your back, babe. Do you know what I mean? She's made a rod for her back.
Having multiple, but you know, what you gotta do you. And
yeah, I think it's go for it. But I think this is always what has put me off polyamory. It's the admin.
Really?
Yeah.
Too much.
Listen to her. She's overwhelmed.
It's a lot.
She's got so much on her plate. She's got to keep all these different people happy.
How do you manage with gigging, being out every night gigging and dating?
I don't go out every night gigging.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm so used to talking to Ali Woods. So
yeah, exactly.
He sees his girlfriend for lunch on Sundays, and that's all. So that's yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't really agree with that. I mean, first of all, okay, so I maybe gig 5 times a week.
Okay, but that only leaves you 2 nights.
Yeah, and often I might not even work a gig on those nights. Like, I'm sorry, I won't do a date on those nights. I would often take a date to a gig if we're at that point where I feel comfortable with it.
Okay.
Or like last night, I met him before I went to my gig.
Would you ever double stack your first dates? Would you ever do 2 in one night, early show and a late show?
No, I hate that.
Why?
Because I think it's quite like rude.
Fair enough.
I don't like it when people do it to me.
How do you know that they've done it to you?
Because I don't like it if someone says to me they've got somewhere else to go.
But you said it to that man yesterday.
Yeah, but my standards are different. I would not want to be treated the way that I treat people.
Okay.
No, I'm just joking.
Okay. Right. Yeah, okay. I do get. I mean, if you're doing a multiple balancing act with multiple lovers, how do you make yourself easy? You just need to. What do I think you need to do? I don't know.
I think she sounds like she's on the. I think she should be kind to herself. It's like I think it's going to be a given with polyamory that you need to that you've got different things that you're balancing at the same time, and everyone who's involved with her will know that as well and probably has the same challenges. So not to kind of like be hard on herself if she kind of is finding it difficult to balance it all together, because I think that's just like a given. That's the first thing, and the second thing is I suppose. You just got to be super admin-y about it.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say any of the stuff you said first. I was going to say for admin, I don't know, like put a picture next to their names so you know which one's which.
I'm sure she knows that.
Things like that, you know, just make it easier.
What I mean by admin is that I do not like people who play it by ear. That is not a language I use. That's not a vibe that I have.
What, just play it, wing it?
Yeah, just be like, oh yeah, like maybe Sunday will work. Should we like see on the day? I'm like, no. We're going to plan it now. We're going to decide what time, and it's going to happen. Full stop. I can't like be casual about it.
Okay.
And I think that when you're busy, that's the vibe. Because if I gig 5 times a week and I give you my night off, we're not playing it by ear.
Maybe if you double stacked your dates, you could play it by ear a bit more. Maybe what about if you could do a first date booked in and then you could have a second date wing in?
Why do you think I'm not even getting that many dates? You've not been on Hinge recently. Let me tell you, it is dire.
Is it? Okay.
It is dire. I'm not saying that the guys that I've matched with
are
dire. Guys, you're great. Don't take it the wrong way.
They want you to pay for premium though. If you've been on it for long enough, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're trying to get that money out of everyone. They're awful, evil.
But even the people you're matching with, the fatigue is there. You just feel people aren't engaging with conversation the same way. It's really difficult to get someone to a place where they're actually giving an evening to go on a date. When I have a night off, Monday I had a night off. Do you know what I did?
What?
I went to the cinema.
By yourself?
By myself.
Most tragic thing you can do.
Oh my God, it's the best thing you can do.
That's
what are you talking
only
about?
tragic people say that. That's an awful thing to do.
Are you kidding me?
No. If everyone thinks that's a cool thing to do. Okay,
I don't think it's a cool thing to do. I think it's a thing that I really enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Barbican, Monday night, £6. Ugh. And I saw a very depressing film and I just cried the whole way through. So that bit don't do.
Okay.
But it's wonderful. And so you really got to ask yourself, I love doing that. I really enjoy going to comedy shows on my own. Do I want to give my evening up where I could do something like that I enjoy on
Where
my
you
own?
could be crying by yourself in the cinema.
In the cinema.
Do you want to bring someone along?
Do I want to cry with someone that I don't know? No.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So for this lady's predicament, I would say admin.
Just be very admin. Just be open with them. Be admin heavy. Don't be afraid to put your foot down and be like, when am I seeing you? I need to lock that in. When am I seeing you? I'm locking that in.
And if you think if someone cancels, they're done.
Yeah, I think so.
They're done.
Yeah, I think she can start being, yeah.
You've got to be savage with it.
Exactly. I'm a kind of, we're planning two things in advance. Two weeks in advance. Like
2 weeks? That's wild.
But you know where you're going to be in 2 weeks.
Do you? I don't know.
You do.
Well, I mean, now I've got a child and yeah.
Yeah, but forget your child. Look at your diary, the gigs you've got in.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay. Yeah, gigs we do know.
You know, I'm sorry, but with, I've had ex-boyfriends before and they'd be like, oh, could we just play it by ear? I'd be like, that is an unbusy person's game. That is an unbusy person's game because when you got shit in your diary, you are not playing it by ear.
So you're saying they're not doing enough with their lives?
I'm coming across really fun and casual.
So,
P.S.
yeah.
Single, really fun and casual.
Guys, if you want to seem
Call me.
like you've got a lot going on, be punctual with your diaries.
Yeah, so that's my tip. Admin, and be kind to yourself.
Okay. And which dating apps do you use? Is it just Hinge or is it we cross-sector? Just because we got a lot of people who listen who are...
I'm on Hinge right now.
Yeah.
I did Tinder in France. That was quite funny.
Okay.
Because in the bit of the countryside that I'm in, I'm doing advertising work with Pure. I don't know if I can talk about other dating apps.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay, well, we'll mention the name. But
I think
whatever.
it's okay.
Yeah,
I think
it's
it's
fine.
They're not going to listen to this.
Have you applied? Because you could definitely get on one of the fancy
Raya.
celebrity apps.
Can't get on it.
No.
Cannot get on Raya.
What have you applied?
Oh my God. It is like, I'm being chill about it, but like inside I'm dying.
Maybe I know someone who used to work there.
Oh my God, please.
All right.
Please, I don't want to be that knob who's like, but I'm gutted. Also, like, I know so many people who are on Raya, and I'm just like, I feel like
I'm bigger than you. I'm more of a deal than you are, Susan. With your, I don't know. Yeah.
So bad. They've got me on the
You're on the wait list.
on the wait list.
Oh.
But we are constantly reviewing, and I'm just like, I don't know,
You need to get a blue ticker.
babe. There are people without blue ticks who are on Raya. Like,
Really? Okay. I thought it was.
I could tell you some people off mic who are on Raya, and you'd be like, really?
No.
Like, yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't need them.
But-
Stay with the plebs on Hinge. It's fine.
Raya, if you're listening, just fucking upgrade me from the wait list, please. I've been waiting for 2 years. Just get me.
Maybe you need to reapply. I think you need to reapply.
You can't.
Oh, you just.
They've got your. I'm honestly considering changing number. Like, I would buy a new phone. Like, I'll get a new number. Just please.
Give it a whirl. Well, when you applied, you probably had a lot less followers than when you have now.
Yeah, I had like 20k at the time.
You got to get back.
I know, but I don't know. It feels really late.
There's no way they'll do one review. There's no way they're going back down the list once they.
I know.
review
I'm at the bottom of the pile.
Yeah.
But I feel really lame to like, well, how do I get email them? Being like, hi guys, I just feel like you haven't properly used notifications.
I'm much bigger than I was
I'm
years
actually
ago.
got no followers.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, you got to hustle. If you want that,
I've heard it.
Raya
shit.
men, then you gotta. I was about to say rare dick, but that's not a nice thing to say. You want the rare men of that world. That's
I've never met a man who's on Raya who isn't also on Hinge.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're out in the dating game and you want to...
I can imagine the men on Raya as full balance, like full,
There's that as well. I've heard it's not great. But I don't want to go on there because I actually think I'll have a better chance of meeting someone. I want to go on there for my ego.
Yeah.
Like, it's for myself that I want the validation of being selected, let into the Raya world.
Anyway, okay, let's move on to the next agony uncle. This is a fun one.
Cool.
My friend cheated on her boyfriend because the other guy said her lipstick was nice, and her boyfriend had never told her that her lipstick was nice. What did he expect? Okay, I asked for more context on this, and I was like, so they're in a long distance relationship, okay, and they have been for 4 years. So they live apart for 4 years.
Yeah.
And this isn't the first time that this girl has cheated on this man.
Okay.
Another time she cheated on him because she was at a house party and a man had a jet ski.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and
Fair enough.
And he asked her if she wanted to bang on the jet ski, and she said yes.
Yes.
I don't know what to do. Should I tell the boyfriend?
No.
No?
Sorry, that was too quick.
No.
Sorry, is this so? The woman
It's a
writing,
mutual. Yeah, it's a mutual friend of the couple.
is she friends with the boyfriend?
Yes, it appears to be the mutually friends.
I would try and encourage. Look. Let's be honest. I obviously feel sorry for the boyfriend.
Yeah.
It's evident that
If a
woman
jet
doesn't
ski-
really want to be with him.
If a jet ski isn't, I mean, if the lipstick thing was
The
mad,
lipstick, particularly. Is,
yeah. I mean, maybe the jet ski's actually quite impressive. I don't know.
It is. It's the scooter of the modern day.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you were a teenager? If a guy had a scooter when I was 16, I'd be like, he'd go from a 5 to a 10.
Okay.
You'd be
So
like-
if you've got a jet ski in your garage, that's
In my mind, there was water nearby. I think if there's not water
I actually
nearby,
think it was clarified in garage. You did say brackets. So that was a jet ski in the garage.
her standards are so low. No, I'm not saying he wasn't fit as well, but I love that. That's properly clutching at straws. She's like, I couldn't say no to him. He had a jet ski in his garage.
Yeah.
What can I say? He told me my lipstick was nice. Hey,
You got to do it. You got to do it.
you know what do you want me to say? It is really awkward when your friend cheats on their partner and you know the partner.
Have you been in that situation before?
I have done, yeah.
Okay. And what did you do in that situation?
Absolutely nothing.
Kept stum. Didn't say a
Stum.
word.
Stum de fuck, yeah.
Yeah, stum.
But I think that they were in a very serious relationship, and also you don't really know what's going on behind closed doors. I think that if I was in her situation, it's going to really affect her friendship. But is she telling her friend, like, that's your first port of call? You sit your friend down and you say, look, do what you want, but like end this relationship.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's a good shout. Maybe encourage them to break up with.
Well, yeah, just be like, you need to tell him, because I think you're behaving in quite a cunty way.
Yeah, curveball. Sleep with her as well. I don't know.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
you got to give up different angles here. So
And you've got to give your male listeners some kind of fantasy. Yeah, of course.
who said it was a woman who sent that in? That's all I'll say.
Oh, very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
I
guess the lipstick made me assume, but
we don't know.
That's very open-minded of me.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's very true.
Okay, so we don't know, but in this case, I would convince them to try and obviously you don't like that person. You don't like if you're cheating on them multiple times, you don't like that, and I think like. Yeah, if you've cheated on them and for such trivial reasons as well, it's not even the justification for cheating with them is very much a jet ski. Then that's enough.
Look, stop bashing the jet ski fuck. I
Okay.
think that's a fair one. The lipstick is more questionable.
Okay, just the fact that your partner didn't say you had nice lipstick.
Yeah. Ever before.
That makes me,
Are you going to go home, tell your girlfriend
She's got great lipstick.
great lips, and I have a jet
Because
ski in the garage?
if that's all it is, if that's all that can tip people over the edge, just a jet ski and not saying about a lipstick, then
Just like blinkering her.
we're doomed. We're all doomed. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I think we solved them. Thank you very much for sending them in. We really appreciate it. If you'd like to send in any of your agony uncle requests, you can send them in to @AIDIF POD on Instagram. Okay. Let's move on to our final section. Our final section is, of course, Fail Mail. This week we asked you guys for your best excuses you had ever heard for something.
Oh,
Okay.
that's fun. For anything.
Yeah. So we got quite a few sent in, and I'll read these out. Okay. First one. Okay. I've got no money for petrol to attend a friend's party. Next day, they're out on a road trip.
Yeah.
It's cold.
That's just a classic situation where you just go, mate, just tell him you don't want to go.
Have you ever been caught out like that? You don't lie to friends. I always say be honest with friends. If they're real friends, they can take it.
I would have definitely been caught out like that before. Yeah, no. But you should just be like, oh, I can't.
Soz.
Yeah, soz.
Can't make it. I can't come for drinks. I have to do laundry.
That's not an excuse. That is called being a millennial. That is what happens after you turn 30. So
Okay.
That's completely fair. We've all been there.
That's a depressing insight into
Yeah.
all our lives.
Yeah.
Okay, this is obviously sent in by a comedian. I can't come meet you for a date as I've got a spot. So,
That's totally fair.
or actually, I didn't even think of that. Probably got a spot. So,
Oh, on his face.
yeah.
Okay,
or
that's
her
lame.
face.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if it's a date spot, you should bring them along. If someone sent that to me, I wouldn't see them.
Okay, here we go. Another one. Why can't you make dinner tonight? Question mark. Okay, quotation from the person. The dog looks like it wants to sit on my lap.
That is sassy. That's sassy. That's like, I can't get up because the dog likes him.
That's harsh. It's brutal. That's not good. Got dumped, and one of his reasons was his parents' home renovations were stressing him out.
That's brilliant. That is absolutely that is the most middle class thing I've ever heard.
That could be a stressful time. You don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, sure, but I'm assuming he's living with his parents. I hope so.
Maybe not. Maybe it could just be the stress of the stress of
Literally.
the renovation.
His parents live in fucking rural Scotland,
Yeah.
and he's just like, but it was the wrong Dulux colour. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't colour match, and it has been stressful for them.
It's been tough.
And it's been tough for me vicariously.
Someone cancelling on a date. We are too far. He was in Temple. I was in Mansion House. 2 tube stops away.
Maybe he meant too far emotionally.
I mean, that's nice of you to say that, but I don't. Yeah, we're too far, just too far apart emotionally. That's what you're gonna. Yeah, maybe.
Honestly, British people who just like, mate, say you don't want to go on the date.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. It's tough. Okay, last one. Just people saying, I can't come and meet you. I haven't finished my wank.
Do you know what? I'd have so much respect for that.
Really?
Yeah, if a guy messaged me that, I'd just be like, you're disgusting, but fine.
How long's your wank? Too long.
Do you know what I mean?
No. That's impossible. That's
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. If a woman says it, fair
Maybe.
enough. Give her half an hour.
She might candles.
Yeah.
You don't know what her situation is.
You know,
If there's a guy, no chance.
no chance.
You
Yeah.
can wrap that up if you need to.
That is someone who's saying no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a weird.
Go on.
story from a friend. Just talking of wanking. Are you aware of a fleshlight?
Oh my God, I know who this friend is.
No, it's not that person.
It's not a person. Okay,
No,
fine.
another person. Yeah,
Yeah.
fleshlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they kept it in the shower.
For who?
They had a
Themselves?
flatmate, lived in communal living.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not just because a fleshlight is like a male thing. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't leave a dildo in the shower.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Do you know what I mean? I just think actually that's really quite. I
Unhygienic
wouldn't leave
and
my
gross.
moon cup out. Like, I think
No.
that's like, if it's going inside you
Yeah.
or you're going inside it,
It needs to.
keep it in the bedroom.
Yeah. Can't be.
Right. No one else used to know about that.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Was he getting off on? Was he enjoying it?
I just think that's where he did it.
Oh!
And that's just, he wanted to keep it there.
Oh my God!
I don't-
That must be where he did it.
Yeah, that's where he did it. Kept it there.
God, can you imagine if you're showering and you're just like, pick something up? You're like, shower gel. Oh no, flashlight.
Oh.
Flashlight, whatever it's
Flashlight.
called.
Oh, well, on that bombshell, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to All I Do Is Fail. We appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, Tatty, for coming.
Thank you for having me. It's been really fun.
Is there anything you'd wish to share with our listeners, promote, or have you got any shows coming up or social handles?
Oh, when does this come out?
This will be out this evening.
This evening, great. I am actually going to be doing a show in Bath
Okay, great.
at the Bath Rondo, I think it is, on the 13th of April. Let me just double check that actually. I'm going to be in Bath. The internet decided to stop working. Yeah, come for. I'm on socials. Tatty Macleod on. I nearly said Facebook.
On the old
Forget it.
Facebook.
On that tumbleweed. I'm on Instagram and TikTok under Tatty Macleod, and I am doing lots of previews at the moment, but I've got a show coming up. I think it's on the 13th of April in Bath. So any Bathonians, Bristolians, come down for that.
Check her out. Very, very funny. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming and listening to us. We will be back next week with Ali will have returned from holiday and hopefully Phoebe will be over her illness. But until then, goodbye.
Ciao!